Hello everyone! Welcome back here on my channel. This is me once again, Teacher Jinjin, your virtual teacher here on YouTube. Kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na ito, gumagawa ako ng mga Tagalog tutorial videos mula grade 7 hanggang grade 11. Kung interesado ka, please like, subscribe at i-click mo na rin ang notification bell para ma-notify ka kapag may bago akong upload na video. Magandang araw mga minamahal kong grade 9 students. Sa video na ito ay i-guide ko kayo sa inyong learning task number 4. Kung hindi nyo pa napanood yung learning task number 1 to 3, i-click nyo na lang sa taas or hanapin nyo na lang sa playlist natin. Okay? Number 1 problem. The distance from the center of the seesaw varies inversely as the weight of a person. JB, who weighs 50 kilograms, sits 3 feet from the fulcrum. How far from the fulcrum must JP sit in order to balance with JB if he weighs 35 kilogram? So, para daw mabalance yung seesaw, gaano daw kalayo si JP para mabalance yung seesaw? Okay? So, ang given dito ay inversely. Ibig sabihin kapag varies inversely, ang magiging equation ay distance equals constant over W. Again, distance varies inversely as weight, kaya W yung ginamit natin. At yung K, yun naman yung constant. Ang mga given natin dito ay yung distance ni JB is 3 feet daw from fulcrum. At yung weight niya is 50 kilograms. By substitution, that would be distance that is 3 equals K over 50. Para makuha natin yung K, cross-multiply natin si 3 sa 50. So, that would be 3 times 50 equals 150 is equal to K. So, ang K natin or yung constant natin is 150. Ngayon, ang tinatanong is gaano kalayo si JP para mabalance yung seesaw. So, isosolve pa natin yan. So, anong magiging distance ni JP para makapag-balance sila ni JB? Okay? So, that would be K is equal to 150, diba? At yung weight niya is 35 kilograms. By substitution, gamitin ulit natin yung equation na G equals K over W. So, that is 150 divided by 35 is equal to 4.29. Ibig sabihin, ang distance ni JB para makapag-balance kay JP is 4.29 feet kasi feet naman yung ginamit na unit. Therefore, JP must sit 4.29 feet from the fulcrum to balance with JB. Alright? Next, number 2, we have the number of pages that Ethan reads varies directly as the number of hours he is reading. Letter A, write the variation equation. So, ano ang magiging equation natin? Pag varies directly, diba, is, sabihin na natin P yun, equals K times yung number of hours that is T. Kaya P equals KT kasi varies directly. Alright? So, yan yung letter A. Ngayon, disclaimer lang mga anak, pinapalitan ko yung mga given upang sa ganun ay masubukan ninyong isolve kasi mas magandang matuto kapag kayo mismo ang nagsusolve. If he can read 24 pages in 16 minutes, how many pages can he read in 24 minutes? So, i-determine natin yung mga given. Yung pages is 24 pages, diba? At 16 minutes siya makakapagbasa. Ngayon, ilan ang mababasa niya sa 24 minutes? Solve muna natin to. That is 24 equals, yung time natin is 16 times K. So, 16K. Para makuha natin yung value ng K, i-divide natin both sides by 16. Para makancel ito. And then, K is equal to 24 over 16. Simplify natin. Ano ang pwede nating i-divide sa 24 at 16? I-divide natin both by 8. So, 24 divided by 8 equals 3. And 16 divided by 8 equals 2. So, ang K natin is 3 halves. Ngayon, ang tinatanong is how many pages can he read in 24 minutes? So, isolve natin. Hihiwalay natin, that is P equals KT. Ilan ang magiging page niya? So, that is time equals 24. Nasusundan ninyo? Since nakuha na natin kanina yung K na 3 halves, isubstitute natin dito sa equation. That is P equals 3 halves times 24, kaya naging 3 times 24 over 2. Shortcut na yan. 3 times 24 equals 72. Divided by 2, that would be equal to 36. 36 yung nandito. Therefore, Ethan can read 36 pages in 24 minutes. So, ganyan ang gagawin ninyo sa number 2. Okay? Dito naman sa number 3, the pressure of the gas is directly proportional to the temperature and inversely proportional to its volume. Letter A, write the variation equation. So, ang given dito, directly proportional daw siya sa temperature at inversely proportional to its volume. 'Di ba kapag inversely, i-divide lang natin. So, ang magiging equation natin, let pressure BP is equal to, laging may constant, 'di ba? Times directly proportional to temperature, at sabihin na nating T 'yon. And inversely proportional to its volume, kaya over V. Again, pressure is directly proportional to temperature and inversely proportional to its volume. Kaya P equals KT all over V. Let's proceed to letter B. What happened to the pressure if the volume is reduced to half and the temperature is doubled? Para maintindihan natin, mag-assign tayo ng mga values para makita ninyo kung ano ang mangyayari sa pressure kapag nag-reduce daw siya in half and temperature is doubled daw. Mag-assign tayo ng values kahit anong gusto ninyo, basta alam ninyong isolve, okay? Let K equals 6. Ako ang nag-assign dito ha. Let T equals 2 and let V equals 4. By substitution, that would be P equals 6 times 2 over 4 and 6 times 2 equals 12. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So, ang pressure natin is positive 3. Ngayon, meron tayong condition dito na yung volume daw is reduced to half. So, meron tayong panibagong equation or panibagong given. Kapag hinati natin yung volume, magiging 2. Kasi reduced to half. Hinati natin sa dalawa. So, 4 divided by 2 equals 2. At yung temperature naman is doubled. So, mag-multiply tayo ng 2 dito. 2 times 2 equals 4. Okay, yung constant natin is the same pa rin, 6 pa rin. By substitution, sa equation natin, that is P equals KT over B. P equals 6 times, ang T natin is 4 all over, ang volume natin is 2. 6 times 4 equals 24 divided by 2, that would be equal to 12. Kung ang volume ay na-reduce to half at yung temperature ay na-doble, ang magiging pressure ng gas is 12. Anong napansin ninyo sa pressure? From 3 to 12. Di ba nag-increase siya ng 4 na beses? Kasi 3 times 4 equals 12. Ibig sabihin, the pressure will increase 4 times. Alright? So, ganun lang mga anak. Next, number 4. Given the equation y equals kpq squared all over r, where k is the constant of variation, tell which statement is true or false. So, dapat alam nyo na yung mga iba't ibang types ng variation. Letter A, y and r varies directly. So, pag varies directly, di ba, diretso lang. So, pag yung y ba ay diretso sa r, di ba, nasa denominator si r, ibig sabihin, hindi yan directly proportional. Inversely proportional sila. Meaning, letter A is false. Letter B, y and q squared are directly proportional. So, directly proportional ba yung y tsaka yung q squared? Okay. So, sabi ko nga kanina, kapag diretso, directly proportional sila. Meaning to say, this is true. Next, letter C, y and pq squared varies jointly. Diba pag jointly may dalawang variable or dalawang quantity? So, ilan ba yung nandito? Meron tayong dalawa. P, Q squared. 2 or more quantity. Ibig sabihin, letter C is true. Letter D, P and R are inversely proportional. So, inversely proportional ba yung P tsaka R? Hindi, diba? Dapat nandito yung P, tapos dito yung R. Meaning to say, it is false. Letter E, Y and P varies directly. Y and P daw varies ba directly? Diretso siya, diba? Ibig sabihin, this is true. Alright? So, ganun lang yung number 4. Next, lastly sa number 5, the volume of a cylinder is given by the formula volume equals pi r squared h. If r is increased by 50% and the height is reduced by 25%, what will happen to the volume? What is the constant of variation? Unahin muna natin yung first question. Kung titingnan lang natin yung problem, maasasagutan na natin yan. Kasi nag-increase yung radius ng 50% at mas maliis yung binawas niya. So, ibig sabihin yan, nag-i-increase siya. Pero patunayan natin kung mag-i-increase nga ba siya. Mag-assign tayo ng mga values. That is, ba ang pi natin is 3.14. Ito muna yung gagamitin natin ha, pero meron pang karugtong yan. Yan lang ang gagamitin natin para mas maliit yung value. Then, let radius equals positive 2. Let h naman equals positive 5. By substitution, volume equals 3.14 times, ang radius natin is 2 squared times 5. At kapag kinompute natin yan, ang magiging labas niya is 62.8. Approximately yung nilagay ko dito kasi meron pang karugtong yan. Okay? Next, kapag daw yung radius natin increase by 50%, ano ba ang 50% ng 2? That is 1. Or kalahati ng 2, that is 1. Nag-increase daw siya. So, i-add natin yung 1 sa 2. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Nakuha ninyo? Then, yung height naman daw is reduced by 25%. So, ang gagawin natin, kunin muna natin yung 25% ng 5. So, 5 times 25% or 0.25 times 5 equals 1.25. Meaning to say, isusubtract natin yan kasi reduce yung sinabi niya. Reduce by 25%. 5 minus 1.25 equals 3.75. So, meron na tayong pi, meron na tayong radius na 3, at meron tayong height na 3.75. By substitution sa formula natin, that would be 3.14 times 3 squared times 3.75. And that is equal to 105.975. Anong napansin niyo dito sa volume? From 62.8, nag-increase siya ng hanggang 105.975. Ibig sabihin, the volume of the cylinder will increase. Alright? So, ganun lang siya. Next, dito naman sa letter B, give at least 3 examples of quantities you know or you have or experience that show different types of variation. Marami tayong mga types of variation na pwede nating maging sagot dito. Yung iba nga ay napag-aralan na natin nung first quarter at bibigyan ko lang kayo ng 3 equation na madalas ginagamit sa mathematics. Una ay yung circumference of a circle. So, yung circumference of a circle, that is C equals pi d. At yung constant dito is yung pi. Ito ay example ng direct variation. Next one is area of a circle. So, ang area ng circle naman is pi r squared. Kasi may square dito, ibig sabihin this is direct square variation. Ang constant dito is yung pi. Okay? Hindi napapalitan yung value ng pi dito. Iisa lang siya. Next one is the volume of a triangular prism. That is V equals 1/2 times base times height times length. So, ang constant naman dito is 1/2. Ito ay example ng combined variation kasi pinagsamang inverse at saka direct variation at joint variation. Pinagsama-sama na yan kaya combined. Alright, so tapos na natin ang learning task number 4. So yun lamang mga anak, kung nakatulong ito sa inyo, please do like this video at mag-comment na rin kayo sa baba. Kung gusto ninyong panoorin yung next na learning task sa inyong mga modules, i-click nyo lang sa end screen or hanapin nyo na lang sa playlist natin. Kompleto lahat yun. Okay? Once again, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy at mag-aral lang mabuti. God bless you all and goodbye!